Hello everyone, this is Planckera, and welcome to my universe. So today I'm not feeling super great. I don't know, after taking my daughter to school, I just felt like I got hit by a truck. Just to clarify, I did not literally get hit by a truck. I'm not sure what happened. So today's stream might be short, or I might be a little bit lower energy than usual, which for me is saying something, but I will do my best. Anyway, I wanted to kind of finish up these. I still look at everything else, and I think it's fine. I might be able to arrange this in a slightly more appealing way, but it's all good. I'll think about it at the end here, but I definitely want to get these. I want to get I'm going to start there, and so I will start with this one up here. I'm kind of glad that I sat on it for a day, because I don't think I have our shoulder puff things facing the right directions. And it's making her shoulders look really, really narrow. So this one needs to be kind of coming out here a little bit more. I'm just gonna apply liquefy to all of this and see where it goes. And I'm also going to make her bald, as is tradition, so that this way I can kind of see what I'm doing better. Okay. I actually want to double check, because yeah, this one is pretty straight. It does go down just a little bit, so I probably have this guy a little bit too low, but I think this is fine for what it is. My pen is being a thing still. I am still not sure what's up with that. Anyway, let's get this wrapping around her midsection nicely. I see I've just barely drew that elbow at all. I think that's probably fine, though. It's all covered by hair, so. Alright, then I need to kind of pull this guy out here. He needs to come a little bit lower, or maybe not. Yeah, I don't have it going that low, do I? Okay. And then there's, you know, just a little bit of a red ruffle up here. I really should draw that in like a single stroke here. There we go. That's better. Okay. I'm gonna turn her hair back on and check to see if her shoulders look more shoulder-like. Perhaps a little bit. I actually would like to move her arm over a little bit too. Let's see, I'm gonna turn it a little bit. Just let it look a little bit more relaxed here. There we go. That's a little better. And then the main thing with these puffy shoulders is that they're actually pretty flat at the bottom here. kind of like that. Kind of like that. Okay, and I think that is fine. I don't think she's looking super thin or like her head is super gigantic. Maybe I'll go ahead and pull her shoulders apart just a little bit more. But yeah, I think that's okay. All right. So with that, I'm gonna clean up a couple of things here, and then I'll just, you know, start smoothing everything out. I feel like these tiny pictures are just miniature versions of everything that I do. So I can keep them nice and small and simple. And I'll change the color of her hand to white a little bit later. And I'll just keep it all in the same layer. I'm not going to be quite as particular with it. I mean, I want it all to be good naturally, but these are very, very tiny. It's like when I zoom in like this, it makes them look quite large since I can fit it all onto my screen at 100%. But when compared to the entire picture, they are quite small. That, and I still have my personal goal of learning how to draw faster. And I think part of that is being able to get things to a state that I'm happy with a little bit faster, and being able to leave things a little bit rougher and still be happy with it. Because I do think that is part of speed. First, I gotta get this hand. That is quite a hand. I'm gonna put the cuff on her sleeve on after. Just to make sure I kind of get her hand doing the hand things it needs to do. Let me see, I think I'm actually gonna rotate this a little bit. And not just to get her fingers off screen. Like, I can draw hands. It's like I said, I felt like I got hit by a truck on after taking my daughter to school. Brain not entirely here. I did have a good nap, which helped. But today is definitely going to be one of those days where I'm doing my best. Okay. Let's get you a little bit more centered here. And I guess I'll smooth this out. I was about to do a hand, but I guess I'm not now. My brain has decided to move over here, and you know what? That's fine. Gonna invert my colors here just so I can see a little bit better. And I'll make all of this a little bit more clear once I add my shadows. Assuming I can control my pencil. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm trying to get it a little bit thinner at the top. I thought I had the top just a little bit too thick there. The bottom is supposed to be significantly thicker in, you know, every time I use these shapes. Every time I use the shape. And I kind of wanted to make sure that it looks like it's sitting on her chest well. Okay. That should be good. And now let's stop procrastinating on this hand. I don't actually think I was procrastinating. I just got distracted by something, I guess. I don't think this thumb should go up like that. It needs to kind of... I don't know, go out and away toward from the viewer. Oh god, how do I perspective today? Okay, we're gonna cheese it a little bit here. I'm just gonna put a shape down and then I'm gonna use liquify to press it down and get it more to the perspective I want and go from there. Yeah, there we go. Then it kind of comes out. And I put the pad of the finger on there, and then I can actually get the shape of this palm. Okay. Most of the fingers are off screen, so I can just kind of put a thing there. Let's let the pinky kind of stick out a little. Pinkies do that sometimes, so I don't like it. I don't. It is true that I do kind of do that sometimes. So that's something that I do occasionally just to make fingers look more finger-like. I don't know, how about there? Now can I make the pinky stick out, not have it look odd? Maybe if I move the entire thing over to the side just a little bit more, so I can see a little bit more of that hand. Go rule of thirds composition here. I think I can actually push it a little further over. Okay, yeah, I think I can make this work. Let's just cut off the fingers and try again. So I got a palm here. Let's get the palm doing palm things. I guess, since I'm gonna have to make this white later, I can just do it now. So that this way I can start putting in shadows, and hopefully it'll let me understand the shape of this better. Oops. There we go. It's okay. I get the feeling today is gonna have more misclicks than usual. Okay, pinky over here. I gotta do that hang 10 sign here. With an index finger, I guess. Okay, then the other fingers. We'll just put them in here. Okay, and I think I've mentioned it in the past, but when I look at my hand, I do see that the gap between my pinky and my ring finger is always wider than any other gap between fingers, so I don't mind having that little bit of extra space there. I'll just put these two fingers together, it should be fine. Okay. Index finger feels a little bit long, which means that the pinky is definitely large. And actually, I think I have all of these a little bit too far up. I think the palm is a little bit large. Let's just pull them all down. In which case, maybe I can push it back to the left. It's okay. Well, we'll worry about that after I get this hand drawn. I think that it might actually be a little bit too small, which is why I said, you know what, we'll worry about this after I get the hand drawn. But yeah, I guess I had the fingers a little bit too long, and the overall hand a little bit too small. Let's get this pinky appropriately sized. Not really my best hand. But I think it'll do. Yeah, it'll do, I suppose. Okay, yeah, I don't think it's like distractingly bad, so it should be fine. Let's go ahead and put in the necessary shadows to show that this finger is overlapping this one. And just kind of finish them up. Okay, and I want to kind of fix the tip of the finger here, and I don't know, just get things kind of moving at a little bit more of a pleasant. That is a little bit too much. There we go. Look, sometimes overdoing the exaggeration is fun, okay? Okay, I don't like the angle of this pinky, so I guess I'll go ahead and rotate him just a little. We'll just go with a fairly basic kind of hand pose here. I am kind of not looking forward to drawing the hands on the exasperated expression. It's like they're so wonderful and expressive, but on the other hand, they are complicated, and more importantly, the way they're drawn actually kind of matters. And I am struggling a little bit today. But you know what? I'm still glad I came. Because I do like drawing things. And I do like coming on here to draw things every day. And even if the art is particularly hard today, man, I'm still having a good time. Sufficient. Let's go. Let's draw the sleeve now. How big is the sleeve again? Okay, so kind of like that. It's okay, hands. They're going to be added to my studies. It's like I can draw hands, but I want to draw hands fast. As with all things. And I just feel like drawing very specific things over and over and over again will help me a lot. I can tell you that drawing all those heads when I was taking requests and whatnot definitely improved my speed there. Okay, so there's this guy. And now I will just get the regular shadow color. And we'll just kind of go across here. There we go. And now I should just be able to... Well, I guess it's not actually ready for shading yet. Yeah, not really. Not really, and I think I even made it too small. How big is it relative to, like, her head? Maybe about the size of an eye. Yeah, a little bit too small. Let's try again. Little bit too small there. I guess I'll do this part first then, since I already have the color picked. And then I can get the backside. Fortunately, it's nice and quick. I'll just draw through here, make things a little bit easier to see. And then I will cover them up with the right colors. So over here, that's going to be this color. And then for the rest, it'll be this one. And I'll just render out this sleeve for now. We will start here on the whole making things look nice journey. Okay. I'll draw some folds around the elbow there, just tell myself to put proper folds there when it comes time to shade things, but for now, I really would like to start smoothing some of this out. I'll go ahead and finish the sleeve, and then I will smooth out some of the really rough areas over here, and after that, I will rough in where the shadows are going to go. And then we can make everything look nice. It will be nice. So very nice. And I'll have to figure out what to do next. I actually have been thinking about what to do next. So, second place on my poll was possibly looking at new things and learning how to do stuff that I haven't done before. And the thing that I put down in the poll was possibly looking at animation in OpenToons. So I might do that if I end up feeling this kind of sick by Sunday. Might have to do something else for a little bit. But that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Okay. So we might end up doing some animation, and I really would love to learn how to do that. So I haven't really... I don't know very much about animation. I'm gonna have definitely a lot to learn there. I am pretty much a raw beginner. The only animation that I've really done is some stuff in Inochi 2D. Like, literally the extent of my animation portfolio, if you can call it that, is my model here and all of my overlays. So I would be pretty much starting from scratch. And I have briefly opened the program, but that's about as far as I've gotten. So I know it runs. And I have read a little bit of the documentation. So my fear for that is, like, am I just gonna be sitting there not just doing something basic, but like reading things and being unable to talk because I have to read. Very possible. But you know what? I am willing to give it a try. And if I can't do it yet, and I just need to build my skills for a little bit before I can do some proper animation streams, well, you know what? I'll just do that. But I'm happy to know that you guys are as interested in this kind of thing as I am. I like the idea of making my pictures move. Making my model was such a good time. Just taking all these lovely things that I drew and making them feel alive. Dude, getting my model's head turns done, that was just a super special feeling, because like I had done a couple of things just to kind of test out the program, but that was the first time that That was the first time that I just really felt one of my pictures move around. Everything else was just some small practices with heads and stuff. And now suddenly I just have this character that I'd been working on, and she feels like she's alive. And it was fantastic. And being able to do that in more elaborate ways than what Inochi 2D offers sounds pretty great. Alright, let me just block in a few shadows here. The outer part of this is actually looking pretty alright, so I don't think I need to clean up too much on this, so let's just get the basic shadows in, and then I will start drawing the lines on the shirt. So we got kind of where the buttons are going to go here. This one's going to be a little bit thicker. I should do it in my darkest color, actually. Pretty sure I used the same colors for the hair, but just in case I didn't, I figured I should go grab it. Okay. Oh, that's a little thick, and right here is actually a little thin. So something like this. Okay, and now I can do the thinner lines. So drawing some lines, so I'm probably going to be a little bit quiet here, but it's okay. I hate all of them. Let's try again. It's not following the shape of her chest correctly. See, I keep going too far out. And I just have an unsteady hand right now. Give me just a moment here. I'm just going to take it nice and slow. Nice and easy. And fortunately, they don't have to be perfect or anything. But I at least wanted to follow the form of her chest well. They don't go all the way around, but they do on this side, so basically they stop it like right around here. But we don't see that portion on this side, so they're gonna go all the way across. Hello there, a Homo sapien. There we go. Sorry, it took me a second to parse that. Welcome. Just drawing some details on the shirt here. And I cannot draw straight lines today. Or ever, really, but... I am drawing a picture, so basically... I had a character design itch, so I decided to take Kyubey from Madoka Magica and make a magical girl design for her, or him. Genders, but of course. I'm drawing a girl here, so I guess I'll refer to her as her. But, yeah, so I'm just about done here, so I'm just drawing a few expressions and kind of getting the details in on there. And her shirt that I designed here has some like little ruffles on it. I can zoom out here shortly, but let me just finish drawing these. At least on this side. So yeah, there we go. This is the design here. It's all about done. I've gotten everything mostly organized. So I'm just finishing up the little pictures on the side here. And for that, I must draw a shirt details. So I have all of these little kind of textured lines running through here. They're just tiny little frills. But yeah, almost done here, so that'll be nice. I do like doing these. I always do like designing characters. I think it's a good time. So let's see, they don't go all the way out here, but they go most of the way, and that's a little bit too far apart. I'll probably just do all the buttons and stuff on the jacket layer. Okay, I think just like a couple more here. I think the neck part at the top actually goes all the way around, unlike the part on the chest. I think that's roughly where it stops. Yes. And the neck part does go all the way around, right? It sure does. I am remembering my design. That is always a good thing. It can be easy to forget. Okay. There we go. Now I can turn her hair back on. Okay. So with that done, I guess I'll just go ahead and kind of block in a bunch of the shading on the jacket here. I will need to put the straps on top of that at some point, but I can do that a little bit later. Have some folds in her elbow there. Yeah, that's right. I actually have to be careful because I did all of this like on the same layer. Like everything. And honestly, I'll probably continue to do so. I think it'll help me not get quite so picky. I think I'll just go ahead and put all that in shadow. Okay, yeah, that looks fine. So I'll just go ahead and make this pretty. And then I just have the last few details here and there. And then I can move on to the next one. Let me add just a little bit of a bumpiness there to make the cloth look a little bit thicker. And then I just gotta render all this out. Nice and easy. The hard part is gonna become when it comes time to add all the details. I did draw many of them. Okay. Let's see. I think I want to make the shading on this puffy sleeve just a little bit smoother. Give it some nice bumps there to show that it is bunching up. Makes it look a little puffier. Just a little bit cuter. Then I added a few dark shadows over here just to kind of separate it from her side, so we could see which part is the puffy sleeve and which part is not. Okay, and I don't think I'm gonna add any, like, of the usual depth shading that I do over here. Like, a lot of the time I you know, put in a little thing there, but I don't really think it's necessary. And now I just need to make them go over this egg thing, which I think I will just do directly on the egg thing layer. Because this is how they attach. Okay. We'll put a little bit of shading over here, though. Make it more clear that it's going around it. Okay. And that should be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and add some of the shirt details. I think that's just buttons, right? Buttons and then the little frills up at top there. Oh yeah, and... okay, yeah, we don't see any of the red dots on her hand here or any of the details below because it's all tucked into her sleeve. Alrighty. So let's see, I need to get this wrapping around her neck properly, and now I can put my shadows on this as well. I think I'm just going to keep it simple. I will put just a little hint at their frilly, but I think this overall shape is fine considering how small the image is. Now, buttons. Yes, all the tiny little red buttons here. No, I want to use the other color. They just go all the way down. I'll give them just a tiny little shadow at the bottom and a tiny little highlight. Just a tiny little one. And I do think I should put in some shadows on the shirt layer itself. Just because, I don't know, man. I think it looks weird when little buttons like that don't have tiny shadows to go with them. Okay. And there's that. So let's see here. I guess I'll fix this guy in the background now before I go in and add like all the extra lines and buttons and little details that I have on her coat there. Oh yeah, and I have to give her an earring too. I should probably do that first actually. So I'll do the earring and shade the little egg shape on her chest. Let's see, where's her? Oh, that's right, you don't have an ear. I'll just put it on the face layer then. I don't really feel like making a new layer. I don't. So I'll just put it here. The ear is probably like right about here. Oh, that is very large. And it's a fairly thin hoop. I see. Okay. I am gonna have to put it on the hair layer, or above the hair layer, rather. It just kind of worked out that way. I forgot that I did the hair like this. So basically, I have the hair like all on one layer, and I need it to be in front of the back of her head, but behind the side hair. So I'm just gonna have to come in and erase here. Actually, I think that's even a little bit too high from where her ear would be. It's covered this time, so I'm kind of estimating, but right about there, I think, seems correct. And I think we will see a couple of the little red dots that I have on it. Yes. Okay. I don't think it needs any lights. It's all kind of in the background, so I think that's fine. Okay, so let's shade the egg shape. And then I will start getting all the jacket details in. I would also like a little highlight. I'm sure I have a highlight color over here somewhere. Put my little highlight up there. Okay. There we go. And I guess I will put all the various details between these two layers. Okay. So on the arms themselves, I think I would like to put the little gold trim I've got here on the wrist. I have to be more careful than I normally do, but man, I just don't feel like wrangling layers right now. Okay, and then at the base of the puffy shoulder, there's gonna be a little gold thinger wrapping around her arm here. Okie dokie. And that's gonna happen on this side too. Just got this little guy wrapping around. And I always like to kind of dig into it with the sleeve because I think it makes the sleeve look a little puffier and therefore a little bit cuter. So it's kind of surprising just how many little things can make things look so much cuter. And I really should have drawn this with the shadow color because it's all underneath. Okay. So that's like all of the gold parts. Let's get in the white parts now. There's gonna be some buttons under there. And now I am back to just drawing lines for eternity. Fortunately, I've got a lot less to do here because I am not drawing the whole thing. Just a very, very small portion of it. Okay. And then on the side here, there's like another egg shape. I'll just roughly kind of brush that in here. There we go. That's pretty good. I should probably get its shadows in right now before I add any further details. Otherwise, I might have a harder time. Okay. And then the white part. And I'm pretty sure this part does not have any lines around it, just the frills on the cloth. I will go ahead and draw those. It's kind of the nice part of these just teeny tiny drawings, is that I can afford to be a little bit messier. Okay. So yeah, no lines around there, right? Yeah, so we just got the lines here. Okay, that's right. There are some lines up there. But otherwise, I think I've gotten all my details. So that will make this one done. So let's get those lines on. Those ones should go here. And that will be the first expression finished. I'm keeping them nice and simple. Okay, and I think that is everything. Let me just give myself one last check to make sure I didn't forget something. Oh yeah, the buttons. I totally forgot the buttons. They are indeed showing. Let me see, how close to the top are they? They're like right at the top. Okay. Almost forgot these completely. I've probably got one here and like one there. One here. And one there. Hello, Shinora. Welcome back. Okay. So something like that should be good. Okay. And I'll just, as is the theme for this part, keep it nice and simple. Why are you all the way up there? I did not say to go up there. I'm just here. Oh, sounds like a busy day. I hope it was a good one nonetheless. Oh, wait. I still need the dark color here, so this way I can put in the little divots here. And now I can put in the tiny little thread. And a singular shiny spot. Going across. There we go. Okay. Actually, I should make these a little bit larger. Okay, that should be fine. It is fine for what it is. Okay, so I think that's the first one done. I'm gonna stretch. And then I'll get into doing the second one. Oh wait, no, that's right. I still had this thing to do because it is still blobby and unfinished. I almost forgot. okay. I knew I'd be kind of out of it today. Some days are just like that. That is why I wanted to go look at it zoomed out before I moved on to the next one. Okay. So I will lock that layer, and I wish it would stop teleporting me back up to my top layer. I do not need to be up there right now. I would like to just put in my dots. There we go. And I'm actually not going to worry about the lines that go around them. I think it looks fine as is for the time being. I say that, but no, I should draw them. I changed my mind. I should. Look, someday, I just want to be free from the lines. But yeah, I mean, I can see that they're not super visible, so I could just draw them in kind of roughly. Okay. And that should be sufficient there. We'll just put in a couple on this side. There we go. Actually, I have the ones on this side. I should use the light color. There we go. Okay, now it's done. Now it's all done. Is her arm like super skinny though? Yeah, I don't think I have this arm long enough. Oh man, I don't really want to fix it though. Well, it is all one layer, so I should be able to fix it easily. This is the kind of thing that I really should figure out before doing that, but it didn't happen this time, so alas. Alas, indeed. Okay. Let me just connect her arm there, and there we go. That's a little bit better, and I will just try to thicken the backside a little bit here. Just so her arm doesn't look quite so skinny. But I can pretty easily change that without really affecting anything else. Okay, that's a little better. I think it is fine for my purposes. Okay. Next one. Her arms look a little better, so that makes me happy. Alright, let's smooth some of this out. And then I'll actually draw her fingers and stuff. Novel concept. And I am on the wrong group here, so just gonna back up until all the stuff I just tried to draw there is gone. Okay, and now I will do things on the correct layer. So yeah, I will just smooth it out as I do. Let's see, I want to get the shape of this a little bit more nice. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. It's kind of going back. This one I think should actually come out a little bit more like that. Gotta get those ankles right. They are important. They really are. Okay, so I left this one slightly messier than the previous one. But I still think it's mostly correct here. Just have a little bit more cleaning to do. Yeah, and I think the angles of her arms are fine. I do have to draw her hands still, but I can do that. You know, in theory. Okay. First, I'm gonna clear all these parts where her body's kind of shown through there. And this in the back. Is this shirt or... Okay, this is ponytail. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this now. It's a little bumpy. And it'll be nice and easy to do, so there we go. And I think I can just leave it like that, honestly. Alright, let's go draw some hands. I don't really want to draw it in the wrong color here, because then I'll just have to paint on it, so I'm gonna make it white. Okay. So yeah, I was talking about these hands a little bit earlier, and I was like, oh no. The way they look actually, like, matters. Because they are an integral part of this expression. I think they are part of what makes it so expressive here. But I guess they're also kind of off screen, so I could have a little bit of an easy time here. I'll just kind of show where some of these fingers are. Gonna zoom in just a little bit more while I round out the top of the thumb here. And kind of try to get some of these shapes to be a little bit more pleasant. You know, it actually hadn't done that thing where it teleports me to a completely different layer in a long time, so I'm not sure why it's doing it now. I kind of hate it, though. I don't like having to scroll all over the place to get back to the layer that I had selected. Okay, so just kind of smoothing things out there, and I just wanted the arm to be a little bit more defined so that this way I would know how to connect the wrist, because right now it feels a little bit disconnected to me. And I think it goes this way, with the forearm kind of on top of the other part of her arm. Yes. Yes. Now her arm feels skinny again. I don't know, she just feels super noodly today. And I mean, I know Madoka characters got noodle arms, but there are limits. Okay, let me block in a few shadow shapes here just to give myself some idea of what I'm looking at here. Something about the way her arm is moving there just feels very wrong. Why are you so wrong, little arm? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go do the other one while I try to think about what is going wrong over there. So let's get this arm looking good now. And not be at 133% zoom. So this side isn't going to be getting a bunch of detail or anything. Like, this is fine. I don't think it needs any further shading. So let's go take a look at her hand. I'll just select my colors again, and I've already got them in nice, lovely little mitten form. So just gotta kind of separate out the fingers here. Okay, so yeah, something like that. I think it's probably fine. Fingers are a little noodly, but like I said, I think it's fine. Let me go ahead and kind of get all of this shaped correctly here. And I will give her an actual wrist. Seems like a good idea. I, too, personally enjoy having a wrist. So I will let this character have that joy, too. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna let the pinky stick out a little bit. I think that'll give it a little bit more, I don't know, interest, I guess. And make her fingers look less like just random sausages. That kind of thing is important. Nobody wants sausage fingers. Okay. There we go. That should be fine. So I think I'll just call that good. The hand is a little bit small, I think. Actually, this one kind of is too. I should fix that. Unfortunately, I have this attached to the jacket layer. So I might have to pull a few shenanigans, but I think it's a little small still. Okay, so let's connect this in here. See, this is why you want to solve your proportion problems first. So that this way you're not having to do stuff like that. But it's okay, I can make it work. It's like maybe ideally I should have caught it first, but I didn't. So it's better to go and fix it than it is to just kind of let it sit there. Okay. So We'll make the hands a little bit larger, so hopefully they look a little bit more proportionate here. That seems fine. I think that looks a little better. I'm gonna stretch again. My arms are just locking up. Phew. Okay. So with the size of her arms hands changed, I need to kind of change the size of her arms to match. But that's okay, because I did think that her arms looked a little skinny. It's just I was matching them up to the size of the hands. And since I had the hands a little bit small, that makes sense that her arms would be a little bit skinny. So I'll go ahead and fix that real quick. The next hand is going to be interesting too. Because that one is actually on her face. Like, I got the hand on her face here, and I have not like drawn any of the details here. I just did the face and then ended because I was tired. So I got my work cut out for me for that one. Oh man, I hope that whatever happened here, that I feel better by I would like to have more energy for drawing than I currently do, and I'm part of me is a little bit sad. But I still think I can get this done. I am determined. I am very much determined. Kind of want to get the shape of her chest in here, since I am using the jacket to kind of define that. Let's see, how should you be? Something kind of like this, I guess. And then we have this part, which is, well, yeah, I guess I am gonna put a shadow here eventually, so I might as well do it now. Gonna kind of run down here, kind of like this. And I will erase all the excess when the time comes. And the center is not right there, it is over here. So I definitely should fix that. Okay, and that's looking a little bit better. Why do I keep wanting to zoom into 133? It keeps happening, man. It just keeps on happening. Alright, let's erase some of the excess here. I am not sure what that is. Is that just background? I think it is, actually. Smooth out the ponytail a little bit, and let's see. I will need a little bit more breast color here. Alright. Get the shapes in. They are lovely little shapes. I love them. Just look at him existing. Happiest little shapes imaginable. Okay. Looks good to me. Alright, and I guess I will go ahead and get the little egg shape again. Let's see, the center of your chest is like right here. So let's get this nice and round and egg-like. As always, thinner at the top, thicker at the bottom. Thinner at the top, thicker at the bottom. Okay. And with that in, I can kind of smooth out this neck part a bit. I think I actually have it too low, so I'm going to go ahead and erase the frills that I just drew and move it on up. It should be closer to the top of her neck. Ah, perfect. Okay, and then I have my red lines here. I think I'm just going to redraw all of them. They're a bit too messy to salvage. Okay. I probably should turn my egg back to being yellow, but I guess it's fine. I'll do it after. Alright, let's do it now. And yeah, I guess I'll put the red frills up top again. And how are we doing? Not bad. I'm gonna... Gosh, just need to stretch all over here. Ah. I don't know, man. Like I said, I just kind of felt like I got hit by a truck. And my body feels like it's slightly locking up, so I'm trying to stretch it out. I hope it feels a little bit better. Unclear to me if I just, like, caught the flu or something. That's kind of how it's always been with me, where a lot of the time I can get sick and just not even realize it. Not due to, like, lack of awareness or anything, but just because I'm generally tough and I can just kind of fight through it without even trying. And then there's times where I do notice that I'm not feeling great, and for that I have to be feeling pretty bad for it to slow me down. So life is hard. I have just always been very tough, very resilient. Constitution. I mean, I described dexterity as my dump stat. Constitution is probably my highest one. I can just go and go. Why does she have 4 fingers? What? Okay. Alright, I guess that's fine. It seems okay. I don't think it's distracting or anything. I'm not sure if it's entirely correct, but I think it looks okay, so I think that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of shade her shirt now. But regardless of how I'm feeling, I am determined to finish this today. So I am hoping that by the end of today, I will have enough done that I can feel confident just saying, okay, that's it. Everything looks pretty all right. Okay, and lines. So let's see, the buttons will be good, kind of going like this. And then I will just draw all the frills. I remembered about halfway through doing the other one that the neckline actually had its own frills that were not connected to the chest. It's fine. I will get it right for this one. Okay, and then through here like this. All right. And that is perfect. Let's see here. I guess I'll get the cuff of her jacket drawn in now. So I'll just get those drawn on both sides here. Make sure that they are large enough this time. No, you should be facing the other way. At the angle that you're at. So there we go. So for this one, we won't see the backside. So I don't need to draw the darker part underneath. I just need the cast shadow right here. And that is enough. Okay, cool. Good. So this pose a little bit easier on me in that regard. It's very nice. I already have most of the basic shadows painted, so can just kind of block those in a little. Kind of want to make this a little bit lumpier. Make it look puffier and cuter. I do kind of want my dark shadows over here, though, underneath the armpit. Is that really the right color? Yeah, it is. Okay. But besides that, we just got this kind of thing going, and there we go. Right, I guess the bottom of this part here should be frillier. These are supposed to be ruffled, and there's like a straight part right there. There we go. That part's flat. And then we ruffle. And we ruffle. There we go. Ruffles are fortunately quite straightforward to draw. Just gotta make them ruffly. Okay. And I just want to make all of this look nice now. Make sure it's all nice and smooth. So nice and smooth. Let's see, I think that's good. Yeah, let me just kind of smooth out the parts on the sleeve here. I think they're still a little bit rough. And then I will start getting some of those details in. Want some shadows underneath the hair too. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish off the straps here. Because they should be covering this little egg shape. So yeah, something like that. That seems fine. I'm gonna go put the buttons on the shirt now. Oh, I have the layer locked, that's why. And up into the neck. There we go. I'll just go ahead and lightly shade the ones down here. I don't think it needs its own shading today. They are small enough that it doesn't really make sense to do it like that this time. Okay. Now it is time to do my eternity of lines. So I'll get some of the easy ones across here. And around here. Need to make my brush a little bit smaller for this, I think. I was having to be very particular about my pen pressure, and there was just no reason to do it like that. Alright, and for the one in the back here, I'm gonna use the shadow color for that. Okay. Let's see. I think before I get the lines on here, I would like to kinda get the rest of the details down. I haven't shaded the egg yet, so I think I will do that. Oh, you're not locked. Very important to have it locked. Okay. So we have the golden part under here. The golden part under here. And then both of these have a couple of little lines under it. You know, in theory. Okay. Then there's the golden part on the cuff of the sleeve. I did not get the right color. Oh no, I did. Okay. It just looked a little off. How odd. And then I see that there's a point here that's supposed to like wrap around the hand, so I will kind of get that in a little bit better. Okay, then next we have the egg shape on the sleeve here. So kind of like that. Yeah, I should get your shading on immediately. Otherwise, I will probably have a bad time. Pretty much the same as the last one. Now I can freely shade this. Everything is just nice and straightforward. I want my brush to be a little bit smaller and my lines a little bit thinner here. Okay. There we go. So now I think it's just the lines here and the buttons, right? I didn't forget any details, right? Yeah, looks like I got them all. Okay, cool. Let's do the lines up here first. And then I'll go do the buttons. Okay, there we go. Button time. So I will just hollow them out. I can do a little bit better than that. And the ones over on the side that I'm working on now, I'm actually going to transform and make a little bit more oval shaped rather than the perfect circles that they are now. It'll make them a little bit more in perspective. But first, I just kind of want to draw all the things inside them. That way they will also be in perspective when I move them around. Okay. Just do the little bit of shading on them. And I will call that good. We can barely see the little red thread in there, but I want to kind of put the little hint of it in. Okay, I think that's the second one done. So one more, and unfortunately the one that I have the most work to do with. Okay. How am I even going to start this one? Alright, well, I guess I will start with jacket and hands. Oh man, I didn't even make separate layers for the arms. Okay. Man, I was real lazy with this one. I guess that's fine. I guess I'll just do it like this. So let's get the shoulders in there. And this is where the arm is going to be. Okay, and then there will be a shirt kind of sitting there. And actually, no, I really shouldn't do it like this. Okay, I'm gonna take all the green parts that I have here and like grow the selection from there. Okay. I am gonna cut this to a new layer. Just because I do think I will have a very bad day if I have the shirt and the jacket on the same layer. I don't mind having the shirt and the body on the same layer, like that's fine. But the shirt and the jacket, I'd have a pretty bad time. All right. Let's get this in there. Give her nice poofy shoulders. This arm would kind of come down here. I have it resting on top of the other arm there, so this is fine. I like this expression. I like this one. She looks so annoyed. Alright, so let's get those shoulders in. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot this in the back again on this. I don't think I even fixed the ribbon. Ribbon's still a little bit messy too. Okay. Okay, hold on. I got a little bit more to do here because I forgot things. My brain is maybe 30% here today. Okay, I got this. I can totally finish this. That actually seems okay. Okay, no, I'm using the light one. That's fine. I'm okay with this. Alright, and just some of the decorations. And a little bit of line. Where I am somewhat messy about it, but it's okay. Because this is like barely visible. Okay. There we go, that should be fine. Okay. Back to what I was doing. Alright, I was sizing up the shoulder floof. They are just so big and fluffy, and I love them. They just make me happy. Making things fluffy is just so much fun, you know? Okay, then this arm goes off screen, so I don't have to draw the hand, and that sounds pretty fantastic right about now, so I will keep it like that. And then the other one, this time the other arm, actually comes forward and sits on top of her chest. So I don't even have to define the edge of the chest this time. So that is also very nice. Okay, so something like that should be fine. Let's go ahead and invert the color. We're going to make everything invisible for a sec. It's fine. I will go add my gradient here. Everything shall reveal themselves. Huzzah. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else I need to do there? I guess I'll draw the egg shape. I will once again do it with the inverted color, just because I think it's a little bit more straightforward. Okay. What is up with her chin? I do not know. Okay, no, there's nothing wrong with her chin. I just, misinterpreted. There we go. Her chin just looked like it was shaped like this for a second. And I was like, wait, what? What is even going on there? That's okay, that's just... I can't see things correctly right now, it's all good. Alright. What am I doing now? Her shoulders feel quite large. I probably should have started on this one first. Whoops. Oh well. Too late now. Let's go and finish it. Okay. So I will try to get this, you know, making actual sense. You know, that's always a plus. I like it. I like making actual sense sometimes. Only sometimes, though. Sometimes the nonsense is a little bit more fun. This arm is like super long and terrible. Everything is super thick. What am I looking at? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ruffles from her shirt in here. That'll cover like most of the body there. And I need my shadows down here kind of defining the edge of her chest. And then I guess I need some more shadows kind of defining the edge of her body. Then we have the arm kind of going on top of it, like that. Okay, how does the other hand shake out here? Okay. Yeah, so I do have that arm going the wrong direction. Okay, I lied. When I thought that this arm would be covering stuff, I was wrong. It is not. So I want this to define the outer part of her chest again. And you know what? I think I'm gonna make her other arm just go off screen. Let's not make things for myself any harder than I have to. I think my original idea, I had it like holding the elbow, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. This is fine. Okay, and then we have a shirt and chest stuff over here. I guess I will go do the other arm here. And I will get that sorted out and her hand. It is time. It is time to draw the most complicated hand in this entire thing. Me realizing I really should have started with this one. Oh well. Okay. It's alright, I got this. I'm just doing the pose a few times. And working that out. Let me see, where does her thumb go when I do it like this? Like that, just doing the pose again. It's like underneath her chin. Okay. Let's see, where's the palm here? Okay, yeah, this kind of shape should be fine. Let me just bend the knuckle there. Most of the time I only do 2 knuckles, but for this one, I think I need 3. In order to make this look correct. I just find things a little bit less complicated and easier to make sense of when there's only 2 knuckles to worry about. But there are times where I need all 3 bends. Okay, and then the next one is like right on top of the chin. The pinky also kind of goes under the chin. How are you wrapped? Kinda like that. This one I'm pretty sure only needs 2 knuckles. I just need to get that in there. And then the pinky kinda goes under the chin here, and that is still pretty nonsensical, so you know what? Let's actually draw where the palm is, and then I'll worry about it. Let's see. What is my palm doing when I do this? Kinda going sideways. Corner of the mouth. I'm just feeling it on my face. Okay, so something like this. And now I just need to connect that to the wrist and the arm. Everything's broken right now, but that's okay. And then we have fingers doing finger things. Just doing finger things. Oh yeah, that is so much better. This isn't exactly the same as what I was doing, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be. And then we'll have a thumb kind of going under the chin there, and that should be okay. Okay, now I just connect this. It still looks spidery, but I can understand this a little bit better. So I should be able to render it out in theory. You know, in theory. And my nose is just suddenly all stuffed up. I must be getting sick. Life is hard. Okay, trying to make sense of what I drew here. So we have a wrist. Kind of want to pull this finger out a little bit more here. And then where should the forearm be? How do proportions? You know, that's a good question. How do proportions? Arms, man, the bane of my existence. Like, look, I could handle hands, but there is just something about arms and their tubular nature that eludes me. Okay, just more things to add to the list of studies. I swear, I'm just gonna have like a couple of days where I just open up Google Images and draw every arm on screen. How's that? I think it's fine. Alright. Let's get some fingers in here. This is such a good plotting face. I am a fan. That's why I want this hand to be good, because this hand just further makes it look so much more plotty. And I think it'd be a shame if I didn't get it right. That's okay. This is like the last thing. And then I can spend some time flailing to get my colors for the background right. 'Cause I don't know. I still don't like it. Look, art is hard. Okay, so we got a finger doing finger things here. It looks pretty fingery. So I think I can call that good. Okay. Now just to figure out how this pinky is supposed to be attached. Like, when I do the pose, it goes under my chin, and this should all be a little further down, but because anime girls' chins are so much bigger than real people's, it doesn't quite work like that, so let me see. What do I do with you? I think I can just flop you over here. Should be fine. And you know what? Maybe I just won't draw the thumb. Maybe I'll just let the thumb do something like this. And it'll just go back. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, let's invert this color back. And I'm gonna go back to my jacket layer and just put everything back here in shadow. Everything. Okay, and I guess I'll block in my other shadows for the moment. Still haven't drawn the ribbon or the ponytail on this yet. So I think I'll do that before I do too much else. Okay, and then on the hand, I guess I'll use the dark color, and we'll just draw this line for where I think the thumb should be. And actually, I guess if I'm gonna do it like this, this should be the darkest color, just so that this way I can put in some shading on the thumb itself. That makes sense. Just so this way I can, you know, get the correct color. There we go. And let it do something like this. Okay, and I will put in some folds through here. And I will go ahead and just draw in the cuff now. I'll just go ahead and do that now. So that this way I can change the white part into, or the hand into the glove and make it white. Okay, and that should be fine. Which also made everything I just did with the thumb pointless, and I was totally not thinking about that, but oh. It'll be okay. I forgot that I was gonna have to change the color. Okay. So thumb will just be dark color here, light color going into it, and then kind of mid-dark through here. And that should be... I think it looks fine. Let's go ahead and shade the fingers a little. It'll kind of separate everything out nicely. Okay, and I will go ahead and just put the red dots on her knuckles. That pinky is a little bit long, so I will shrink him just a little. Okay, and before I do anything else, I need a little bit of shading on the head. Just because I want to separate those fingers out a little bit more here. Okay, seems fine. A little bit stiff, but fine. Let's see. Let's do a ribbon now. I want to get the ribbon and the ponytail and stuff in now. Just before I forget about it. I think I'll just do the ponytail in the same layer. It's all good. You know what? I hate it. It connects like back here, so it should be more like this. Okay. And then my little transparent ears that are gonna come out. Okay, that seems fine. And honestly, I'm not even sure if any of this needs any further, like, detail. Yeah, it's all just kind of hidden, so this seems fine. Okay. I still feel like there's not enough contrast between her face and the fingers, so I'm gonna add a little bit more here in just like a few places. Yeah, that's gonna look weird, so maybe what I should do instead of putting it on the head, I can put it on the fingers. Where are you, fingers? Right, you're up at the top, actually. I forgot for a second. Let me just... We're gonna pretend like I used line art here and just outline them. This is too important to the expression to not make super duper clear. It is far too important. So I will do everything in my power to make sure that it shows up when you zoom out. Alright, that seems okay. I'll call that good. Let's see here. Is it good? I don't know, this finger looks a little weird, doesn't it? Just a little weird. I think I can fix it pretty easily. And then the pinky looks a little bit weird too, so I'll fix him as well. Let's add just like a little bend here. And then I think there is a little bit too much shadow there, so I'm gonna kind of bring this in a little. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. I think I can be happy. So I'm gonna take a moment to look away from this for a bit, just to make sure that there's nothing I need to fix. And I'm gonna go take a look at the background again. Because, man, I don't know what it is, but I cannot find a color that I enjoy for this. Okay, for that, I want this a little bit more all on screen so I can look at it all at once. I am on the wrong layer, apparently. Sure I am. Once again, Krita's just like, oh, you want to modify the layer that you're on? The one that you have selected? Are you sure you don't want to just randomly go to the very top? Even though you didn't scroll up and click it? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. Please stop. Please. Actually, something kind of in the yellows doesn't look terrible. So here I kind of had it in the purples once it decides to update. Look, I just want to revisit the color. Yeah, I'd like the yellow a little bit better. I'm still not sure if it's the right color, though. This looks a little pukey. I wonder if I can bring it a little bit more toward, like, orange or something. Colors are hard. Everything is hard. Okay, but I actually don't mind this too much. I wonder if I can, like, if we take this color, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that as it is, and just in case. So I take it here, put this in. Obviously, you know, no good here, but just as a starting point. To get the hue of the colors I used here. Wow, desaturated yellow looks so much like puke. It's amazing. Okay, no, the other color was just better. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind this color, though. Okay, I can tolerate it. Let's go take another look at my friend over here. How's she doing? Her hand feels maybe a little bit small. Okay, this is why I wanted to look away for a second. That hand is too important. To not look away for a second. And make sure that I am actually happy. Okay, I'll reattach it to her arm in a second here. That's a little bit better. And even the pinky is getting a little bit closer to where I expected it to go. So that's nice. Alright, let's fix the face. Now that the shadows are going to be in slightly different locations here. Okay. Oops. That one. Okay, that should look pretty good once it's actually attached to her wrist. Let's get that on there. Okay, are you attached to the wrist now? Pretty much. I'd say so, yeah. For those wondering why I started using layers eventually, this is why. It is just easier to make these kinds of changes when you have layers. Don't have to pull as many shenanigans. And personally, I enjoy not having to pull shenanigans if I can help it. Okay. I think that this guy actually needs to be more like here. That's closer to where her thumb is. And the pinky needs to be more like here. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. And I'd say everything surrounding her, like her chest area, is fine enough. I will go ahead and add just a little bit. Oh wait, this is the wrong layer. Just a little bit more kind of in her armpit area here. And I actually think that there should be a gap right about there between her arm and her side. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. And I think that's fine for what it is. So I guess I will kind of finish off the ribbon here and I can start rendering everything out. Just put the little bit of frills that we see here and the line. There are lines on the bottom too, right? Yeah, but they're not there. Okay. Just making sure that I'm not missing any important details here. But I do not think I am. So I think the hand is already fine. I think I've got that pretty well worked out. So let's go ahead and I guess I'll finish shading the egg. Why are my clicks not clicking? I'm just worried that there's something wrong here. I just hope my tablet's not breaking on me. That would just be incredibly depressing. Yeah, without my tools, I would just go into the corner and cry. Okay, let's go ahead and draw the little things out here now. Okay, that should be all right. And yeah, I think everything looks fine. I'll go ahead and straighten out her jacket here. Get everything nice and smooth, and then I can, just finish this guy off. And that is the last thing I've got to do since I did just pick my color. And honestly, I think it's okay. Maybe there's a better color out there because I'm still kind of ambivalent on it in a lot of ways, but you know what? It's okay. I think it is fine. Oh yeah, and I didn't draw her earrings on either of these poses. Okay. I gotta go back and do that. I just realized that I forgot that. Okay, I think that's good for the shape here. I will go ahead and finish this off. Just because I'm already here and already in the mindset, and I would just like to finish it. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Shouldn't take too long. Okay. I think that's fine here. So let's clean up this edge. This way I can just go ahead and finish the shirt. Just kind of fill in everything over here because like all of this is just going to be in shadow. Gotta keep our shadow simple here. Gotta keep everything simple here. Line time! Oh wait, I have you totally off. You're supposed to be more like over here. There we go. Okay. Now I want my small brush to do the rest. Okay, I was worried because I'm still not feeling great. I was really determined to finish it today, and it looks like I am going to. So Sunday we can try something else. I'll see how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling okay, if I'm feeling a little bit better than I am now, we'll do some animation. If I am not feeling good, I don't know, maybe... I'll think about it. It's like, I guess it'd be either an illustration or I just goof off for a day and just kind of do something silly and kind of derpy. Maybe a study. I don't know. Just something that I will finish in a day. And then we can see if I'm feeling better next week. And if I'm still not feeling better next week, then... I'll figure it out. It's all good. I will make something happen. I assure you. I will always make something happen. It's how I roll. Alright, buttons. Why did I make it smaller? I am tired. Okay, I'm doing my best. Always doing my best. Okay, and that's good there. I guess you need a shade. There we go. Okay, and then... yeah, I guess it's time for the jacket details here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, just the jacket details. I guess I'll go ahead and put some shading on these guys real quick. That seems fine. And yeah, let's go get those white lines in there. Okay, I don't like over there. That's right, I can't just erase. I'm doing it all in the same layer. Fortunately, I can be a little bit wobbly because it's supposed to follow the folds in her clothes. So I'll be intentionally wobbly in a few places. And that should make it all look intentional. Oh yeah, you're on a different layer, so I can't do you yet. And then we have the big line kind of through here. Okay, and then the buttons will go on the either side of that. Alright, let's go ahead and put in the little golden part under here. Alrighty, and... okay, yeah, now I guess it's just time for some of the bigger ones, since I'll do this later. So let's get the egg shape on the shoulder. This time, it's pointed a little bit more towards us, so I think we see the top. I would rather have this one. Okay, and then it'll come down. There we go. And once again, I will shade it now so I don't have a bad time later. Okay. Get in that white part. Oh yeah, and I have a couple of white lines to put underneath there. I'll go ahead and do that once I've filled in this part. Okay. I don't like the way that is kind of clipping out there. Okay, let's go put in the little white lines. That's fine. And we'll give this guy some shading. Make it all look nice. And from there, it's little frills. Assuming I can draw. It's okay, I'll get it. It's all good. It just might take me a couple of tries. Okay, I think that's everything except the buttons and stuff. Yep, seems good. Alrighty. Let's see here. I think before I do buttons and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and do the arm. Are you not locked? Oh, you're not locked. Okay, whoops. That's important. And I realize I should probably shade this guy before I do any more details here, so let's get some shadow colors going here. Okay, looks fine to me. And now I can get the darker part of this golden trim in. Okay, and the white lines. Okay. So that's good there. Now we'll scroll back down and get the straps here. Get them in before my head feels like it's going to explode. Oh, you're locked. You shouldn't be. Okay, and lines. Okay, looks pretty good. Let's go draw the buttons. And yeah, I think I still have her earrings on the two since I did forget the previous one. Oh, I thought I just clicked off there. Okay. Get in her little buttons here. And that'll do it. Okay. And I think... Oh no, earring. I almost forgot about the earring again, even though I just said it like 30 seconds ago. Okay, so her no ears probably like here. It's not that big. And then we have the red dots. I'll go ahead and make those a perfect circle. Like here. That one's going to be covered up, but the other one will be here. And then I just erase the parts I don't need. Okay. Now time to get the earring on the one I missed. Over here. So probably about here. Actually, you, I can... I don't have to do up here. I can put you below the jacket where you belong. Or wait. No, part of you should go on top of the ear. Never mind. So I'm just gonna have to do some erasing. It's all good. Okay. And then the little dots. Yeah, and I guess none of them are going to be visible because all of this is going behind the coat. Okay. I actually would like to fix... I used the wrong color. I used the lighter color there, so I would like to fix that. Still kind of showing around, but it's okay. I'll go ahead and clean up the edges just a little bit there. I kind of did it up here too, so I should fix that as well. So we're just gonna fix a couple of things. No big deal here. Oops. That's right, I need to hold down a button. There we go. Oh, you're not locked? You are not locked. Okay. So there we go. I think that's it. I'm gonna take one last look over things here. But I think that is it. I didn't forget like any details on any of these, right? They got all the straps, all the buttons, all the lines. Looks good to me. Okay, let me kind of zoom in and take one last look at everything here. Make sure I'm satisfied with all the details and that I don't want to redraw anything. Yeah, it's one of those, if I spent another session, I could probably improve my graphic design and layout here, but you know what? I think this is okay. I think I'm just ready to move on to the next thing. So I think I will leave it there. I gave it a quick look. I think it's fine. So there it is. A quick character design sheet for Kyubey's Magical Girl, kind of taking inspiration from Madoka's general aesthetic. I'm pretty happy with it. I think I have enough things in there that are Kyubey-esque that people could piece it together. So, I like this one lots. And I think the overall design sheet looks okay. Probably just okay there. It's definitely not as good as the design. But that is something I think I will have to work on independently. I have been wanting to improve my graphic design skills. So I can make nicer templates and overlays and stuff. But that is an entire skill set. In and of itself. That is actually surprisingly separate from drawing. They're very different. But yeah, I like it. I love how fluffy and marshmallowy her dress is still. I just want to squish it. Squish, squish, squish. And yeah, I like it. I don't have that much commentary there, but I do like it. I think it came out very cute, and I hope to continue doing more character designs on screen in the future. Maybe more fandom, maybe some originals. I don't know. I'll be sure to hold another poll at some point. But for now, I think that's it here, so I will stop here. And I'll see what I feel up to on Sunday. But for now, thank you all for coming. And I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I will see you all tomorrow.